Welcome back to another reading and correcting of A Wasteful Death. With me, Kindar, the Tiger writes, and Ty, the Tiger's supervisor. Today we are doing Chapter 4. Marlot leaned through the passenger side window. Remember, don't get anything too extravagant. I don't want us to blow our finances on breakfast. He'd gotten out of the car as soon as Trembor had stopped in the parking lot before their office. Trembor rolled his eyes. I know. And you're hoping I'm going to stay away from rodents since they taste gamey to you. This isn't the first time I've hunted us a meal. Now you go take care of the office and I'll be back within an hour. I also know to be careful with your car. Marlowe did a quick look around, not seeing anyone, leaned in through the window to give Tremor a quick peck on the muzzle. Then he hurried inside the building, leaving the lion with a stunned expression on his face. Marlowe couldn't believe he'd done that. Good morning, Ilahan, he greeted the secretary as he closed the door. Good morning, Marlowe, the elephant replied. She handed him 3 slices. This one is the report of the enforcers made on the spotted fur case. The one is from Jaxla, and this slide came from the tip line about the Shawan body. Her trunk sniffed at his hand as he played. Really? That body's over 5 years old. We're still getting tips about it? It was one of Trembor's case from before they started working together. Marlowe had no expectation they would ever find out who killed him. Someone catches an old newsy show and they think they remember something. We owe it to the body's family to look into them, even after all this time, right? Marlowe nodded. Where's Trembor? He's getting us breakfast. Allahan nodded. Did you spend the night at this place? Marlowe almost dropped the slate. What? No. Why do you ask? He stammered, working hard at keeping his ears and tail from reacting. She shrugged. It scent's very strong on you today. How could he have been this careless? It must be from the car ride. He hurried into the office he shared with Trembor. It's not usually that strong, he heard her comment as he closed the door and locked it. She knew. He paced around the room. What was he going to do now? For a moment, he contemplated eating her, but what would Trembor think? She was his employee, too. What what was he going to do if she told someone? He paced, running his hand over his head, his ears flat against his skull. He didn't hear the buzz of falls, or even the beep of the door unlocking. He caught sight of the door opening out of the corner of his eyes, turned, dread pooling in his stomach. Trembor took the naked stag out of the trunk, threw it over his shoulder. He was a large male and would feed them for a few weeks, even with the gorging they were doing this morning. Car locked as he moved out of range and he entered the office. Good hunt? Allahan asked. Yes, although that neighborhood must be going up in value. It cost me more than I expected. He grabbed the handle to their office and pushed. The weight of the stag almost pulled him off balance when the door didn't open, and he smacked against it. Allahan looked up in his direction as he gained his balance. Did anyone come in while I was out? It would have taken someone special for Marlowe to lock the door, but this job didn't put either of them in a position to handle sensitive information. He shook his head. He took his ID out and swiped it. The door beeped and he entered the office. Why do you lock the door? He asked, closing it behind him. Seeing the state Marlowe was in, he dropped the carcass and went to him. What's wrong? Marlowe looked at him, eyes wide. What are we going to do? What am I going to do? Or grabbed him by the shoulder. Please calm down. Marlowe pushed him away. Don't tell me to calm down. She knows. Went to the door. Trembor looked at it, then at the wolves in confusion. What does she know? That I spend the night at your place? She got your scent on me and figured it out. I shouldn't have stayed. I should have gone home like I usually do. Trembor growled in an ounce, his tail lashing behind him. He grabbed Marlowe by the shoulder again. Calm down. Who fucking cares if she knows? She works for us. Do you really think she'd go around and talk? Marlowe didn't try to break out of his grip. What if it just slips out? His face was a mask of worries. Will you get it through that thick skull of yours that no one cares about that anymore? Trembor roared at him. Marlowe started shaking. I'm sorry, he whimpered, and Trembor pulled him close. just got so scared that when she said it, I couldn't think of anything else. Marlot kissed the top of his head. It's okay. Things are going to be all right. Maybe it had been a mistake to force him to spend the night. Even after being lovers for over 2 years, there was a lot he didn't know about Wolf's past. Trembor knew Marlot had grown up in a backward town where everyone who didn't conform to their views of what was right was ridiculed or even lynched without repercussion, but that didn't explain his reaction. Something had to have hurt him deeply for him to react in such an extreme way to something this inconsequential. Trembor held his partner at arm's length and looked at him for a moment. Black fur under Marlot's eye, under Marlot's deep brown eyes matted from his tears. Trevor let go of him to wipe the fur dry. Feeling better? Marlot nodded and opened his muzzle to say something, but Trembor silenced him with his fingers. No more apologizing. The important thing is that you're better. A mischievous smile spread across his face. But you should consider yourself lucky this room is soundproof. You were pretty loud with your hysterics. If Elahan didn't know before, she would have now. Marlot's ears went back against his skull, and he buried his face in Tremor's chest. Eat me? Whispered, just eat me now and put me out of my misery. Valerian laughed. And we're in breakfast? Gathered Marlot in the hug. I don't think so. And this concludes chapter 4 of A Wasteful Death. If you are enjoying this, please leave a like. If you want to know when the next chapter is going to be up, subscribe and hit the bell. If you want to read the book, as well as the others in the series, they are available on all major e-retailer. If you want to support me, that's on my Patreon, where you can also get access to just about everything. If you want to listen to me do these live, it's every Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. And with that, I shall wish you good. The links are in the notes. And with that, I shall wish you a good day.